All right, man. Let's kind of get into it, man. This is going to be a reaction video of Deion Sanders on his post game, on his talks about their victory, their W against Texas Tech at Texas Tech. And let me just kind of tell you straight up, man, I didn't like it. I didn't like it for a plethora of reasons. One of the reasons why I didn't like it because I just felt like it was a very hostile environment. Now I know that historically a lot of teams play in hostile environments, but this one was a little edgy. This one just was very nasty. It went left several times when you allow fans to throw stuff at the football players, to throw stuff on the field, and then the coach wait all the way into the second half to start saying something, which he should have had debunked that foolishness in the first quarter of this football game. I've never seen a situation where referees allow fans to throw tortilla chips or wraps on the football field, throwing water bottles at the football players and stuff like that. That's egregious. That's disrespectful. It's disrespectful to the opposing team, and it's disrespectful to the school, to the organization at that school. Where's the leadership? Where's the discipline at? Why are the referees allowing things like this to occur? So let's hear what Deion Sanders had to say about that situation later in this post game interview, and I'm going to be pausing and give you my thoughts throughout this interview. Let's get at it.
Good day, everybody. Welcome to all this luxury. First of all, thank the Lord for keeping us safe, for giving us traveling mercy, and all the guys that were injured tonight on either side. I pray that they recover and they heal. Great game, great opponent. I knew Joy would have those guys ready to play at all points from the beginning to the end, and they were. Started out slow. It's not indicative to who we are, but I felt confident that in the second half we were going to do what we ultimately did. The main thing was stopping the run and giving Shador time to throw the ball. And I think he was sacked 3 times. One of them, I think, was on him. A couple of them might have been on him. But other than that, we did a great job. I know the back had 143 yards, but a lot of them came in the fourth quarter when we were in cover 2 and we were just trying to eliminate the pass. But other than that, the young man played a really good game in a tumultuous environment. And I'm happy with the outcome. Let's go. Ladies first.
Hi, Coach.
How you doing?
Good. You ever see Sports Report? You guys come out into the second half. You scored 21 points.
Yeah.
You mentioned the slow start. What changed at the half, and how do you feel like you scored?
It's almost like they got to get hit in the face. They got to get slapped. They got to get, they got to feel it. They got to feel the flow of the game. And I don't know why we're like that, because we do everything in our power to, even the way we script practices, to get started. And the emphasis is on let's get out to a good start, because we knew if we got out to a good start, the sky's the limit. Every game that we've gotten out to a great start, we've been very strong. In victory margin, I think it's been about at least 14 points when we got out to a good start. But we came on in. We came on in and did a great job at the end.
Adam. Coach, the tortillas, it sounds like
Yeah.
things are being thrown down on the field.
This is the point right here.
Yeah, they've thrown everything but my mom at me. In my career, you got to understand, I played baseball and football, so batteries and all kind of stuff. So this is normal. So we tried to prepare our young men for that. Thank God, a tortilla, that's what you call it, right? It's soft. It's not hard. But when they start throwing the water bottles and those other objects, that's when you got to alarm the officials and say, okay, now tortillas is one thing, but but water bottles and other things that get a little crazy. But I'm thankful. I think Joey grabbed the microphone and tried, and it was a timeout, and one of his kids was down, and he said, man, I apologize. I said, no, I had to do it last week. So I had to do the same thing. I had to grab the microphone and talk to our students as well about throwing things. So he handled it professionally, and that's indicative of who he is.
Was that what the conversation with the officials there was?
No, that was something else. Okay. Yeah, that was something else. One of the officials said something that he probably shouldn't have said. One of the officials.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The official said something to you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You guys came out, punted on your first 4 drives, then you scored on 6 of your next 7 drives. How resilient?
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? So one of the officials. Now, if you go and watch Well Off Media, which is one of his oldest son, YouTube channel, he actually played the footage on there, and what he's talking about is that Deion Sanders was getting frustrated, and as Deion Sanders alluded in this interview right here, is that early on in that game they was throwing water bottles and throwing other stuff on the football field, and that's when you have to alert the officials and make sure, you know, and the security officers, the whoever's there, hey man, this getting out of hand. We need to get this in check. And he's saying that if you watch the film on Well Off Medias, the referee, in response to Deion Sanders, had said, well, your players are blowing kisses at the fans. Almost like it was indicative to the reasoning why the fans are doing what they're doing is because your football players are out of line by blowing kisses to them. Man, if that ain't some 1960s bull crap, I don't know what to tell you, man. And like Deion Sanders alluded to, that is something that referee messed up. He should not have said that, and I hope he gets dealt with in swiftly in that situation, because that's out of line. And referees do not supposed to have any bias. Your job is to officiate the game and not be biased, and officiate the game and protect the coaches and the players on that football field. And that's not coming from a mindset of being protective. That's something that you got a personal issue with Deion Sanders and his football team, point blank, period.
This group is, and do you think that tonight was their most resilient showing?
I'm not going to say that's the most resilient, because I think we came back at the end of the game and threw a Hail Mary and won it. I mean, that was resilience coming back from the deficit. But I'm proud of them because they never give up, and I don't flinch because I know who they are. I know, okay, it's gonna come. It's gonna come. It's not about the play calling. It's not about, we're just not executing. We're not executing and doing what's called on certain plays, and you have one guy bust or another guy busted, that disarms and disables the whole darn play, and that's the kind of foolish things that happens that you may not know of.
Right. Hey, Coach, just defensively, I want to ask you about 2 guys. Missing Shane Post tonight. Amari Simpson looks like he had just a fantastic game. Talk about him, and also
one at a time. Amari understood his opportunity. He understood his time. I mean, everybody's talking about they want to go pro, but you got to practice like a pro. You got to play like a pro and perform like a pro. So he had his opportunity and he took advantage. We told him there's a difference between a chance and an opportunity. Sometimes we take chances and we're responsible for that chance, giving that guy that chance. He had an opportunity, man, and he made good on it.
And the other guy's Ty Hill Green. He's been fantastic all year. He was a monster tonight.
Yeah. Say that again?
Ty Hill Green just seems like he was a monster setting the tone in that run defense tonight.
Yeah, well, he did a great job. We got some guys that I think the front was responsible for what transpired tonight, setting the stage for stopping the run consistently. I mean, they got yards, but there was yards later on in the game that they just got. But we probably would have held the gentleman to under 100 yards had we really let the game play that like it was supposed to.
Coach, just seeing Shiloh make the play kind of at the end of the game. Heads up, I think everyone on Texas Tech thought the ball was easily
right.
What was it like to kind of see him make that game?
Well, we play till we hit a whistle, man. That's what we practice. And he does that in practice quite a bit. He really does. He plays to the whistle, scoops the ball, or these guys are picking the ball off, getting to the sideline. Big play, put the game out of reach. Great play. Great play for me.
We saw Cash Cleveland come in at center. What went into that decision and putting him?
I don't know yet. But we're not scared to put him in. If he practices, and he was practicing with the ones all week, they were alternating. So if I don't know what prompted that, because during the game, man, so many things happen, but we don't flinch when Cash is in. It's not like we're stepping down. We're not whatsoever. You're talking about a guy who watched a ton of film. You're talking about a guy who's tremendously prepared. You talk about a guy who's probably outweighed every game, but he knows technique and fundamentals, and he does the job.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you, in my opinion, that center for Colorado has some issues, and the offensive coordinator made the decision in putting the backup center in, because the other center, man, he just seemed like he's out of it. I don't know if he's doing this intentionally. I don't know if this is a personal issues that he got going on off the field. I don't know. I really don't care, really, because at the end of the day, when you step on that field, you got to be dialed in. You got to be 110% focused on being the best football player that you can be for your teammates. That's it, period.
So I'm really proud of him. And also what it shows is that we don't care about if you're a 5-star, 4-star, or walk-on, which he was. And he's out there playing a valuable time, not garbage time. He's out there playing and putting in some real production for us. So I'm proud of Cash. He's one of my favorites as well.
Whether it's 13-0, you're down, to momentum, is that poise, maturity, what you credit to handling both that adversity and the environment?
We thrive on that. We thrive on that. We've always everywhere we travel is an adverse situation. Everywhere we go, some of the typing and the pens and the paperwork puts us in an adverse situation. It's not one time that I'm not getting a reminder on my phone that someone's talking about us and putting us in adversity. So these young men, they were bred for this, man. We talk about this. We try to prepare them for things throughout the week that may happen, that could possibly happen, that will happen, and they stand up to the challenge. I'm proud of them. I really am, for what they're doing.
Thank you. Along with the good defense on the rush, you got some big hits on Morton. They weren't able to get the flow of that passing that was critical today.
Well,
how pleased were you with that?
Well, when you stuff the run, you could predicate what's going to happen on the 2nd and longs and 3rd and longs, and got a young quarterback, so he hadn't seen a lot of coverages, and truth be told, we got some really good defensive backs. We really do. Those guys,
yes, you
love
do.
to play man.
Yes, you do.
Played a lot of zone tonight as well, but they're good. Early in the game, they were picking us to death. I mean, they were picking us to life, and we were warning the officials like, this is a pick. It's no way a guy's going to be running wide open across the field. We don't have that coverage. We don't have that defense that a guy is wide open across the field, but they were doing a great job of picking, but we had to change. And Rob did a good job of putting us in the proper defense so that the guys could communicate and do what we had to do to stop them.
Coach, how do you feel coaching against Joey? What was said after the game?
Oh, man, Joy is pure class. I mean, I look up to Joy. Joy was the magna cum laude, like, of high school football in Texas and Cedar Hill. He was him. I mean, everybody wanted their kids to have an opportunity to play with Joy, for Joy. And he's still one of those guys that when I have a question I could call, I could lean on. Even in defeat, Joy was so admirable and so encouraging and motivating for me. Bucky, who's just walking out right now, played for Joy. So he's one of my favorites. He's truly one of my favorites, and he's a great coach in this Big 12 conference. That's what word I was looking for.
You guys talk about opportunity all the time. It's a huge opportunity for this team. They will put themselves in just for that Big 12 title. You guys are now in sole possession of the second based off today's results. How big was this opportunity you guys rose to the occasion?
Every game is that, isn't it? But I don't think we don't change with the stakes. You guys change with the stakes. We don't change with the stakes. Like what we're doing right now, we planned on it. We didn't plan on losing 2 games. We didn't plan on those things. We planned on winning, and we plan on winning each week. We're not looking for the down the street or down the road to the championship, because
Great point.
If we look that far, we'll never reach our destination of preparing tomorrow, practicing. If I decide to practice, depending on how this plane ride is going to be. Is it snowing back in Boulder still? Is good? It's beautiful? It's good. So we can practice more. It's good. So I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them, but our expectations are truly our expectations.
Coach, just want to ask a little bit about some of the penalties. I know some of them were maybe some intentional delay of games.
Yeah.
But just, do you feel like it was just a little bit uncharacteristic of you guys tonight? It was, I think, ended with 14 for about 160.
Yeah, that's not who we are. You know that. That's not who we are. The stupid stuff like hitting the quarterback, pushing the quarterback, that's just stupid. That's flat out stupid. We don't do that. We coach and we teach against that. First of all, we always talk about hitting the waist down. Let's go waist down. Anything waist up, it's going to be a penalty. You already know that. And if you're not there to psych him, let him go. Let him ride. because we can't get upset because we got some great calls on Shador as well. So that they were violent back there dealing with Shador, but that's not indicative of who we are. The little penalties, I think it was one. I forgot what Preston did in the end zone. Like, I don't understand that. I don't understand that kind of stuff. But the other flagrant stuff, we got to be better. We got to be smarter. We don't teach that foolishness, I promise you. And I think usually when you see them make a penalty like that, you see them come right out of the game.
Last question for Coach, sir.
Hey, Coach, how did you see Deion Sanders kind of calm down and get the offense kind of getting going in the second quarter?
I didn't know he calmed up. Shador, you got to ask these guys, he rock steady. He don't flinch. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. What was he tonight? Where is he?
30 to 43 for 291 and 3 touchdowns.
He needed 9 more yards. We was trying to get him his 300. We was trying to get Travis his 100, right? We were definitely was trying, but got to get LeJohntay his balls as well as Will. Jimmy going out really played a vital role because we had so much for Jimmy this week in the game plan. But furthermore, we got to do better on our kickoff teams. We got to get the darn ball in the end zone. Mate didn't have a great game punting, but at the end he came up and he was made like he was supposed to be. But we're proud of him. Wonderful win overall. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate your integrity. I appreciate you calling me like it is. When we play like garbage, write it. I don't give a darn about that. But when we play great, make sure you get the kids their love and their support. Thank you. God bless you.
There you go, man. There you go, man. I think for me, at the end of the day, it's all about Colorado. They came to Texas Tech. They played smash mouth football. I know that their running back had 140-something yards rushing the ball. But like Deion Sanders had said, they were so focused on them not beating them with the pass. The game could have got even more uglier if Colorado was given that opportunity to play football. There were some things that the referees had called. Like one was when the DB actually made a great play on one of the wide receivers, and all he did was just point his hand at the wide receiver, and then the referee gave him a misconduct penalty, which gave Texas Tech the ball back again, and they end up scoring. So it's things like that, man. This is competitive football, man. Your emotions, something like that, those type of emotions, that's part of the game. When you make a good play, that's part of the game. Give them kids the opportunity to understand and play on the field. Let them play against each other. Let them continue to play at a very high level. Now, on the penalty, if you hit the quarterback, like Deion Sanders had said, and it's a late hit, then you damn right. You deserve to get a penalty on that. But things like that, when you have a DB that makes a great play and he's just telling him, no, not on my watch, and you're going to give a misconduct penalty on that? Nah, man, I don't support that at all, man. Some of them referees that need to get checked. So Colorado, man, I think they're ranked now. I know they was ranked 23. I think they might be ranked, and don't hold me to this, 19 or 18 now in the country. Let me tell you something, man. What you going to say now about Coach Deion? What you going to say now about Coach Primetime Deion Sanders doing his thing over in Colorado? What you got to say now? The man has already turned around this program. The man is on the mission, and his mindset on how he played the game back in the day, it is rubbing off on these players, and you can clearly see that. See y'all on the next video.